Coming up on Mountain News this morning, February's flood might feel like yesterday to some folks, but despite the impact, FEMA funding will soon be leaving. And officials want to stress hiking safety tips after they were able to save a group stranded in Red River Gorge.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning and a happy Thursday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee. It is April 24th and it's 6 o'clock this morning. So it's time to check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal. And Megan, I know we've been talking about the Hillbilly Day forecast as well. So I'm excited for that. I've not been. And I just know we're going to have some fun. I'm pretty sure we'll have maybe McKinley out there today, so some fun there.
Yeah, we sure will. Now, the only thing you need to know if you are heading to Hillbilly Days is there are some rain chances. So the rain gear is a necessity if you're heading out this weekend to Hillbilly Days. Let's take a look at satellite and radar and tell you what you can expect right now as you're heading out the door, seeing some heavier rain as you're traveling towards Campbell County, as well as portions of Wayne and McCreary County and Rockcastle and Laurel County. We'll continue to see those rain chances throughout the day, with current temperatures sitting in the 60s for most of the region, seeing some 50s pop out, 59 in Whitesburg and then 57 for Boonville. Coolest temperatures right now 54 in Louisa. Will be warming up this afternoon though as temperatures get to the mid 70s to upper 70s, with Wise at the coolest at 69 degrees. We'll hit our high temperatures for the day a little bit earlier than we did yesterday, around that 4 o'clock mark, seeing rain chances and slight chances of storms as you're going throughout your Thursday. Amelia.
Thanks, Megan. The deadline to apply for assistance is right around the corner for victims of the February flood. There are 3 FEMA programs: individual FEMA assistance, the Small Business Association, and the FEMA buyout. Kate Clemens with Roscoe's Daughter says the FEMA buyout is being handled by the state for the February flood.
We must continue moving forward every day because deadlines are real, they exist, and once they end, that's it. So we must help each other navigate this time because these are programs that can help, and if you don't sign up before they end, that's it.
SBA and individual FEMA assistance has been extended to May 25th and can be applied for in person or online. Clemens says the buyout program deadline is April 30th and has to be completed at a disaster recovery center. Some counties impacted by that February flooding were denied FEMA assistance recently. Those in our area include Knox, Laurel, and Whitley counties, as well as Lawrence County. In a letter to Governor Andy Beshear, FEMA wrote, based off of their damage assessments, the severity and magnitude of the situation did not warrant designation under the individual assistance program. Hundreds of homes across several Kentucky communities will need a lot of work after the historic flooding several weeks ago. Several crews from Kentucky Baptist Relief are in Frankfort this week. Their goal is to help folks clear the muck out, something they say will take several days at a time for each house. Despite the hard work, crew members say it's all in the name of Jesus.
We come in the name of Jesus, and we come to share the love of Jesus with everybody we can.
Crews from Kentucky Baptist Relief will be doing flood relief work in the Franklin, Anderson, and Woodford County areas for several weeks. In just 2 weeks, millions of Americans may be unable to get through airport security if they don't have a real ID. Now, one Kentucky lawmaker is joining more than 24 others requesting a delay in the May 7th real ID enforcement deadline. In a letter to Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, they argue that despite legislative action, Kentucky still isn't ready. Enforcement was originally scheduled to happen in 2008, but that deadline was continually pushed back until now.
We didn't get up to the 11th hour like we are now, and panic has, set in, and that's why we're seeing the large crowds, I believe, at the regional offices that, people assume that this is going to happen right away.
Kentucky passed Senate Bill 43, which allows third-party vendors to help with license renewals, but that won't go into effect until June 27th. Officials with the Better Business Bureau are also warning people of scams ahead of that Real ID deadline. You can only get a Real ID in person at the Department of Motor Vehicles. So the BBB says if a website offers it online, it's just best to ignore it. Fake websites, texts, and calls saying you can get your Real ID through them could cost you money and your identity. Well, the 37th annual East Kentucky Leadership Conference kicks off this morning. It's being held in Manchester for the first time at EKU's regional campus. The theme for the two-day event is the entrepreneurial mindset. Governor Andy Beshear is the keynote speaker before the awards showcase tonight. And you can find all of our award winner profiles on WYMT.com and the WYMT News app. More people are hiking this time of year, and rescue crews are getting busier. Wolf County officials rescued a group of 3, including a small child, Tuesday night in the Red River Gorge. Thanks to a feature on their iPhone, crews were able to locate them. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino has some tips for safe hiking.
On Tuesday night, the Wolf County Search and Rescue Team received a call around 9:30 about a family of 3 lost in the Red River Gorge. After completing a hike at Tower Rock Trail, they then decided to hike Osborne Bend Loop when they ran out of daylight.
That can be a long day. The sun was going down, and that's when we were alerted at that point that they needed help.
The family used a feature on their iPhone to alert authorities and were located by using SOS Satellite. As these beautiful days continue throughout spring and summer, it's important to go outside and enjoy the fresh air, but make sure that you are prepared if you decide to take you and your family on a hike. Officials say plenty of food, plenty of water, and even your cell phone could save your life. The iPhone feature SOS Satellite is what saved this family and could potentially save yours too. Even if you don't have service, the satellite feature allows phones to connect to emergency SOS services and first responders.
It's a great feature. I mean, if you're on a hike and in trouble, it's a great feature to use to call for help. It'll connect directly to a satellite, and it'll tell the authorities exactly where you are.
Whether you are a new or experienced hiker, crews say you should be prepared for anything.
Making sure I always carry my cell phone in case I can get service if I get lost or anything of that sort.
And bringing a friend is always very important.
Know the trail, stay on the trail, and tell people where you are going to avoid possibly having to be rescued. In Wolf County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
And here are some tips for safe hiking. Officials with the Wolf County Search and Rescue Squad encourage hikers to look into the SOS Satellite feature if you have an iPhone 14 or newer. Other safety precautions include researching and knowing your trail. Officials say there are several hiking trails that show you maps in case of danger. You should also bring plenty of water, food, and always tell someone where you're going. Well, Colonel Fest returns to Corbin this weekend, celebrating the city's heritage as the birthplace of Kentucky Fried Chicken. The free event is on Friday and Saturday and will feature more than 50 vendors. There are a number of family-friendly activities. Some of those include a chicken strutting contest, a petting zoo, and even a Colonel Sanders look-alike contest. Corbin Downtown Coordinator Jacob Rohn says it's all to honor the area's heritage.
Corbin is proud of its heritage as the birthplace of KFC, and you can take Yum Brands and move them anywhere in the world and locate the headquarters anywhere, but the birthplace of KFC will always be right here in Corbin. So that pride still exists, and it's worth being celebrated, and we do that through Colonel Fest each year.
Main Street will be closed beginning at noon on Friday. The event runs Friday from 3 to 9 and Saturday from 10 to 6. Organizers say it will go on, rain or shine. Hundreds of cyclists will roll into London this weekend for the annual Redbud Ride. The event kicks off with a block party downtown Friday night, followed by the main ride Saturday morning. Cyclists will travel through Laurel, Jackson, and Rockcastle counties along scenic rural roads. Kaylin Smith with London Tourism says the event brings in folks far beyond Laurel County.
We have a little over 500 people registered, and they're from all over. We have some people coming all the way from Canada, and they have for several years now. So locals and those from far away are all coming in and joining in on this ride, and it's kind of almost a tradition at this point.
The Junior Redbud Ride starts at 10 Saturday morning at Town Center Park with bikes provided for kids who need them. The day wraps up with an after party at the Farmers Market featuring food trucks and live entertainment.
Let's talk temperatures on this Thursday morning, because as you head out the door, expect 60s. Yes, it's going to be a warmer day, and you'll even continue to see that trend as you're heading into the afternoon with highs in the 70s, seeing mid 70s for our more southwest counties, upper 70s for our northern counties, and a mixture of the upper 60s and low 70s for our Virginia counties. We do have a little bit of fog in the region as we're traveling towards their southern counties, towards Campbell County, so just be careful if you are interacting with any fog. We do have some low clouds as well, so if you're driving in high elevation, just be aware of that. We're also watching a little bit of rain this morning as we're going through the next couple hours, and through the next couple of days we'll continue to see those rain chances stay in the forecast. And that's why for your Hillbilly Days forecast, you can expect the highest chance of rain as you're heading into the afternoon. For today, we do have some slight chance of storms. That same forecast repeats for your Friday with those rain chances in the afternoon, slight chance of storms. Thankfully, storms and rain chances will be tapering out on your Saturday morning, leaving a lot better Saturday afternoon and Sunday. Amelia.
Hey, thanks for joining us at 6:11. We have more mountain news on the way. Multiple states are suing the presidential administration, claiming tariffs are